This program is sponsored by Grubbs Nissan, where our brand is honesty.
Hello, this is Abraham. Welcome to the Model Connection. In this series, we're going to talk about modeling and photography. And today we have a model, Miss Jailyn Rose, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her experience in the modeling business.
Yes. What's up, you guys? It's Rose. So modeling for me, it's been a new journey, but it's something I'm very passionate about. It's something I didn't really recognize myself going into, but I knew it was an opportunity I always had.
How long have you been modeling for?
I'm actually still in my first year of modeling. I've only been modeling since sometime in February, so a little over 6 months, but yeah, I'm still new to it.
Well, that's exciting. There's a lot of models in the DFW area that's been doing it way longer than you have. So do you feel intimidated by them, or how do you get your name out there so people would choose you to model versus them?
Okay, so first thing you said was intimidated. I recognize my strengths and my weaknesses. I recognize where I can grow. I recognize what my strong suits are and where they're not at. Intimidation-wise, I feel like because of the experience I know most girls have, the years upon years. You know, some girls have been doing this 6 years. I'm only at 6 months. But we're both working with the same people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We're both in the same fashion shows. We've both been shot by the same photographers. So it's like, I could be intimidated by their strengths, but I recognize mine, so.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm in the same place you are, and you've been doing this way longer than I have, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes me feel good.
What's your favorite thing about modeling?
My favorite thing about modeling is probably the runway. I love attention. I do, honestly. So being on the runway and having the clothes by a designer and their designs are just, on point. I hit the runway, everybody looks at me. They're like, oh, they get their phones out, they're recording the outfit. And I'm like, yes, as long as I'm killing my walk, I'm killing their clothes. And, that makes me feel good because I'm like, I'm doing good.
Absolutely. When you choose a photographer, somebody to work with, what do you look for in them? So
I look at how long they've been shooting. That's one thing I ask. I said, what's your experience? How long have you been in this career? I can't really, judge just on that. So I ask more questions like, can I see your portfolio? Can I see your work? Because some people have shot the same amount of time I've been modeling and their work is not, their work isn't where I feel like I'm at as a model. Or they've been shooting 6 months and they're, way through the roof. Right. Or they've been doing it for 10 years, 50 years, and they're amazing. I look at just the quality of the work, how they make the models look. I look at the type of models they work with. That all kind of sums up in I weigh them versus me if I want to shoot with them or not. Right.
And then you actually worked with Mr. Johnny behind the camera. How would you rate Mr. Johnny, your experience with him?
So my experience with him has continued to, it's just positive overall. It's continued to grow. The experiences and opportunities that he's provided me with make this a photographer that I'm willing to work with,
Absolutely.
for a while. It's kind of, I believe in favor for favor and trade for trade, or, you help me, I help you. And that's kind of, that's kind of where I'm at. And I appreciate it and respect him a lot as a photographer.
Do you have any advice for people that are just starting to model? Any tips or tricks to help them out?
So advice, I would say, for one, become a part of all the Facebook groups, all the Instagram groups. Every platform you can find to grow your craft, join it. It's because all the opportunities, free, paid, but all the opportunities you can find, you can't just find them from being in a place. You have to actively ask for them, actively put yourself in position to succeed. You have to actively have your cards on you. Give your cards out anytime you can. Anytime you see anybody with a camera, another woman who may potentially be a model, connect. Networking is something I would say is my strong suit in this industry. And networking, joining all these groups, just actively chasing your dream is something you for sure need to do. If you want to be successful in it, you just have to 100% just chase your goal, you
Yeah.
know, just 100%, like full-fledged go at it. I've been doing it for 6 months, but I've devoted the time to it. I used to do a lot of things, and I'm gonna go back to it, but right now I had to get my modeling together. I had to get to a certain level before I could.
Yeah, it's important to get your name out there.
things.
Miss Rose, what if you could think of the worst experience you had while modeling? What would that be?
Okay, so I like to eat. And as a model, we can't really eat all the time, you know, because supposedly bloating and da-da-da-da. I don't really know because I don't pay attention to that stuff. But anytime where I can't eat, oh, it's the worst, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I can't eat, that makes the experience hard on me. I would say, I don't think I've had a worse experience per se, but some experience I haven't liked. Cameras, or not cameras, the lights aren't working, or photographers don't have an extra camera battery.
Also, the
You know,
photographer really isn't
it's more
prepared
so,
for you.
yes, the unpreparation for the shoot is kind of what gets me. Yes, I might not always show up like with my lips done, just because I like to, you know, do that right before the camera comes out. I show up pretty much ready for the camera, and if the camera's not ready for me, that's business. That's,
It's unprofessional.
you know, it's unprofessional. I know I started somewhere where I wasn't professional, but I'm growing. But for a photographer to use a camera and to use the lights, baby, your lights need to be right. Your camera needs to be right. You know, you need to test it out before I get there. I'm at your studio. I'm at your house. How you not ready? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's probably one of, like, an example of experiences I don't really.
Now, Miss Rose, what are some of the photographers you recommend working with in this business?
So some of my favorite photographers, I mean, hands down. First time I saw this OD, Terrence O'Donnell. First time I saw OD, I was like, your work is amazing. You're from Vegas. What's the likelihood you're gonna let me work with you? Open arms. OD, my top photographer, top friend. I think he just hit 50 years. So he got some, he's dope. OD, I haven't got the chance to really shoot with Carlos Vincent, but Carlos Vincent is somebody I'm looking forward to adding to my portfolio. I'm looking forward to creating content with him. Johnny is for sure, he'd be in my top list just because opportunities. We've only had one shoot, but the opportunities in this video, you know, that puts him up there. Let me think. Ryan shot it. I think that's his Instagram @ He is a great friend of mine, and he is an awesome photographer. He shot my birthday pictures. I mean, there's a bunch out there. If y'all, you know, tap into my Instagram, I can send y'all some. But there's so many great photographers out there. Like, everybody's talented. Everybody is talented. For sure. My bad. They so great. I look so good on their camera, you know.
Thank you, Miss Jailyn Rose, for sharing your experience about modeling. This video was actually sponsored by Grubbs Nissan here in Bedford, Texas. Now, if you want to be featured in the Model Connection, please DM us. Or if you want to do a shoot with Mr. Johnny as well, send us a message. And hopefully we see you next time.
Yes. Thank you guys, and everybody out there, you know, chase your goals, and in the industry, good luck. It's not that tough, but it could be.